princess.
You know, unless that happens, I don't think so.
Yeah, it will be a bit of a fairy tale upset if Savage Squad were able to pick up a clean 3 points here against Oops. It would damage his Oops' push for first and second drastically, and it would actually then set Savage Squad ahead of Isuba with a 3-point cushion. Those teams actually face each other later on, which is going to be massive for Isuba. They're actually facing each other tomorrow as the first match of the day. So Isuba still have to play against Who Cares and Savage Squad. So it's going to be, those teams are going to decide what happens at the bottom of the match between each other. Savage Squad could still have an impact. You know, they can still get into that 6th spot, but very heavy lineup here, Daki, from Oops. Very heavy lineup.
Yeah, this is called we park the bus, pretty much. Creator on type 5, at least he'll be sure to do some damage on that one. You know, you can't bounce. So good time for him. The rest of the team covering 1-2 line in the beginning, sending Camille down and Karov as well. Everybody from Savage, Otter, and then our dear friend Freedom on the hill is starting to push K-line though. And if they do try to cross here, they are going to die in a terrible, terrible way, 1 by 1. Very, very bad. Tremendous.
Tremendous, terrible. It will be brutal.
It will be the very best crossing you have ever seen. It will be amazing.
Creator just aiming up there onto Danny where he is spotted, but no shots coming out just as of yet from Oops. Danny, just as I say that, takes one to the face and gets a dead loader for his troubles.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. I don't think he has a medkit either. Right?
Oh, look at that cheeky little shot coming in right after that, though.
He does have a medkit, but he's forced to use his repair kit and his medkit, now forced to drop off. Might take one more from Karov on the run if Karov can get a snipe in there. I don't think so, though. But now, the push is starting to come out here from Savage Squad. Double bot over here. Everybody else with them. Freedom covering from the hill, but there's Deja, Raging, Milosh, and Karov awaiting this.
Camille senses it coming, starts moving. Latenza gets a shot into him. Camille gets himself a bit more safer beside the solid cover here of the building that's indestructible, so nobody can take it down. Alpha and Luti are going to push over underneath him. Kerloff is starting to move away as well. Does a parting shot before he goes. Alpha taking shots on the crossing. Kerloff bouncing a lot of shots in the rear end, but takes one across, takes one in the crossfire as well. He's going to try and get himself safe behind the building and between the train tracks as well.
Kerloff is very, very lucky to be alive. That was at least 4 non-connections. He should have been dead because he waited way too long with running. Why is Alpha going first? Hello?
Alpha and Luti continuing to make that push right now, but look at the shots coming in now. Now they're going into Luti. Alpha taking more damage, loses his gunner, repairs that one immediately. Camille with 2 shots. Danny taking damage in his 1-1-3 as he starts to reposition as well. Crater and Sane starting to push up and back each other up, coming through the middle here to force out Danny. Freedom up on the hill all alone. How much damage can he do from that position? That could be really vital in this fight.
Yeah, but Freedom, he doesn't really have an angle onto Crater and Insane because they're deep in the courtyard, not an angle where he can actually find a shot. Camille taking more damage. Karov is dropping low. Danny, in the meantime, getting smacked, though. Karov needs to be careful here, and Savage Squad is doing a good job so far, but with Danny being so low, I don't know. Like, they're doing okay, but they need to kill Karov or Camille, one of the two.
Raven being focused out here in his back chat, taking a lot of damage there for him, moving out of position as he comes off to reload. Milosh up front here with Oops. He is taking a brunt of all this push here from Savage Squad and holding him back as the rest of his team can move into position. Raging Potato and his Type 5 Heavy's taking a lot of damage, but look at this. Once Crater and Insane start to move over and start doing damage, it's going to be real trouble for Savage Squad, although Crater and Insane are completely being pulled away from the rest of this fight, Daki. This could actually go against them right now.
The thing is, these double Type 5s are not in the fight. Freedom spots them out now as well, but they are a bunch of HP that's not being used. Like, there's so much HP that's not being used at all, and they should start losing guns. They should lose Raging, and then they should lose Karov.
Crater and Insane are going to move away now. Freedom's going to shoot him in the back. He's got 5 shots to do. He's not going to be able to drop any one of them, while he could do a lot of damage into either one if he decides to shoot. But they should, quite rightly, move away from this. But look at this. Oops have lost 3 tanks right now, Daki, and on a position that they should be doing well, and these Type 5s have really taken so long to get into this fight.
Yeah, but Deja is crucial here. He can get another nice connection on K1. That's 647. He's still full HP. He's on reload, and he can farm these tanks. He can get Danny out of the fight next if he gets a lucky angle. Give one to Alpha or Luti. They can still make this work.
Luti getting a shot there on Deca as he peeks out. Deca returning fire with 739. Big hit coming into him. Now, Crater is the first Type 5 heavy moving across. He is being focused into at the moment. Oops, trying to get their tanks back in the game, but Savage Squad with more guns available to them can start causing angles. And look at this, Crater and Insane have now moved into a crossfire. They're trying to split their targets. Insane want to look back and drop Raven. Freedom's coming off the hill on a reload. And Daki, I think Oops are in a really rough position right now.
Yeah, they need to get gun after gun out of the game now. They need to use the HP. There we go. That's Danny over-peaking and dying. Now Creator needs help of Insane. They need to kill this Type 5. He can't be by himself. If Insane's going to peek now, there's an AMX-50B waiting.
Savage Squad doing some great focus fire here, getting all their shots into Crater and not putting any shots into Insane. They're trying to focus down the tank. Raven gets the kill on Milosh now. Insane's going to push up into Ski 1, but look at that. Ski 1 gets the shot into Insane. Insane's coming off reload. He should be able to finish him off here with this hit. But Savage Squad still with 4 guns available. They can still get the angles on the tanks of Oops, but Oops now with a bit of an HP advantage.
There's a big mistake there from Freedom. He got penned by a Type 5 because he was full HP, and now he has 600 remaining. That is a game changer.
How can Savage Squad make this work for them, Daki?
They can't actually anymore because these 2 Mouses will be locked down by the E3. Luti's a one-shot, and Alpha will be reduced to 1 as soon as he peeks out against Deca, who doesn't really miss those shots. Now they could potential drive down the 8-liner over the hill to try and get around to Creator.
Great double shot there from Alpha and Luti, getting shots through the building there. Creator getting himself picked up by the double tap there from the mouse. Now it's Insane and Deca. Deca at the top of the map, Insane isolated down the bottom here, and Savage Squad might decide, Daki, to push into Cap 2 here with the Freedom and Raven.
Yeah, that's a big mistake from Creator, exposing him to the 2 Mouses. Not something that's supposed to happen. Deca is now trying to reposition to make sure he's as safe as humanly possible from 2 angles, because he has to cover 1-2 line. He also needs to cover his flank. Now, these Mouses are very slow. If they don't move up on time, the issue is, though...
Start Cap 2 and then start Cap 1 with a double mouse.
The issue is they need to reset base 2, but they're also going to need to reset base 1. So Deca should be going for base 2 and Insane for the other base. I don't know why it's not happening.
Oops getting pulled apart in the way that they would normally do to other teams. Deca getting a kill there on Luti. He's going to start having to push up, but he can't cover both bases. He can't reset one. He can't reset the other. Insane was going the slowest way possible round to base 2 because he was thinking perhaps Raven and Freedom might come around the back of him. But now look at this. Okay, you can get a reset on the mouse, but Deca's stuck here trying to do this. He can't do anything about base 2. He's never going to get around there to defend this, and Savage Squad are going to pick up this first round here, outplaying Oops with the base tactics.
Yeah, there's 12 seconds left, and I think Deca just realized that he needs to reset. So, you know, that's also something interesting.
I really feel the slowness of the Type 5 heavies to get into that fight really cost Oops. Really cost Oops. They kind of drove about together on the right-hand side of the map when the entire fight was happening on the rails. And by the time they did get in, real credit to Savage Squad there for just continuing the focus fire on 1 tank.
They didn't
not
really
shooting
need to drive through the courtyard.
Insane at all.
That's the thing. They didn't really need to drive through the courtyard. They could have gone and reinforced 1-2 line if they wanted to. But Savage Squad had that until Freedom almost threw it. Because he got penned by Type 5. Deca doing insane amount of damage here, but Insane also doing very well in his Type 5. He penned that. I think he penned Freedom. And if Freedom doesn't get penned there, they already lost that round. But then Creator doing some nonsense there in his Type 5, getting himself exposed, getting himself not just to 1 mouse, but getting shot by both mouses. Now, after that, the round's pretty much lost, because they have 4 guns versus just 2. Technically, Deca should have gone to reset 1 base, but the thing is, when that happens, when Deca goes towards the northern base, in that E3, Freedom will peek out in that AMX-50B, take the shot, and then the Bacha will just clip him. Like, the Bacha will get on his side and kill him.
Difficult position to be in to try
and in the meantime, the other cap will get started. So then Insane in the Type 5 would have to pick which base he goes to. He would have to go to the 2 Mouses because it would be the quickest cap, be only 50 seconds. So he'd have to try and kill the Mouses, which is going to take him time because Alpha was 1.2k HP. That's like 3 shots of a Type 5 at least. And then Raven would cap the other base. So once Creator died, that round is over.
When the cap started on base 2, like Insane was down the bottom, why didn't Insane just turn and immediately go to base 2, knowing that the 2 mouse were last spotted over there? Like, he's got no way to get up to base 2. Yeah, but he was like moving south, And then Cap 2 was started by the Batchat and Freedom. So
I don't think it really matters. I honestly don't like. There's no way for them to win that round anymore at that point because the guy Deja going north would always die. He would always die. So then Insane goes to reset the other base, and then Raven just caps solo.
Yep. Equally heavy lineup coming out from Savage Squad for their defensive round, taking some high HP, high armor targets, and then also taking a Batchat for a bit of rotation potential for them.
Yeah, a lot of armor being used now. Very interesting. E3 and the Type 5 for the side of Oops. They need to recover from that round because that is not a very happy round. That was the first time they've actually lost the Himmelsdorf defense.
Yeah, Oops had a 100% defense win ratio on Himmelsdorf, and one of the toughest teams to actually go up against here, and really strange. I really think that the Type 5's not been in the fight.
How much
for so
damage did
long.
Alpha do?
Alpha was on the thing. I think he was 5th actually. But yeah, that really was a bit confusing to watch from Oops. Those Type 5s just took so long to actually do anything to get into the battle. It seemed to be they were scared of Freedom, but Freedom was never going to be able to take one of them down fully on his own. He had to get another clip out, and by that time they could have moved to safety.
Well, they are starting to go over the hill now. Raging is just sitting in that window position, trying to get some shots out. Raven sitting here on the rubble pile, position we don't see used very often at all. He can shoot the 8-line crossing. And Oops is just playing the slow game. They're taking map control. They have the south. Insane's going to go over there like we've seen him do plenty of times, actually. In that mouse, he's going to go K-line. He's going to bully. He's going to poke. He's going to see if he can find anything. If he can't, he might even push up. Afterwards, Oops will probably take 8-line control, try and get the cap started, try and get that E3 towards B0, and hopefully this time not die like a potato.
Raging Potato trying to get shots down onto the rails here on the 1-2 line. Some tanks are spotted out from Savage Squad, but he has no line of sight on him. Alpha taking a hit there for Savage Squad in his Type 5 heavy. Shot coming out perhaps from Milosh, I guess, in that area. Can't see anyone actually just immediately on reload there, so I guess it could only be Milosh.
Probably was Milosh indeed. Insane, like you said, poking the K-line, trying to find something, trying to find an angle. Deja spots that Raven's like, nah.
He's like, go, it's safe, trust me.
He's like, Karolf.
Yeah, Karolf, go past, it's okay. I've checked.
Tack, tack.
Karolf's like, no mate, you go first, Hodge, hodge.
Raven will have to drop off once Raging gets in position because he should get an angle on towards that E3, and obviously shooting from above will give him an angle onto that upper plate, which is angled downwards, so he will be able to pen that from distance.
Raven just sitting up there, waiting to get his shot across into any tanks crossing. Tracking shot coming out there, you hear the little ringing noise. Ski 1 and Raven both tracked here, but both coming off, not using repair packs for it.
Well, Deca's going to try and spot out Raven now to get the information that they need for... there we go, Raven's spotted out now.
Shot comes in, doesn't connect there. Raven comes off reload, fires one back towards Raging Potato's area.
He has to drop off.
Raging Potato, if he'd held his shot, could have got a nice one there into Raven's
If
underside.
he held the shot, then Raging would never drop. Then Raven would never drop off.
Yeah.
So there's that. Now they are starting to take control over the 2 base, when Insane in the meantime, like we said, has started to probe that K-line. He pushed up like predicted because there's no contesting whatsoever from the side of Savage Squad. He's just having a little bit of a, what's up guys, how's everybody doing today? While they're going for number 2 base. This is Oops in a nutshell though, taking control all over the map, establishing crossfires, establishing positional dominance. Now they're going to start and try and take Luti Pavlo out of the game. If they can do that...
opposite them. Normally you'd see like a T10 there back in old school days. Meritorious' place where he would go to die. Bounce coming out on Deca, doesn't connect his shot back into Luti, but Type 5 Heavy is going to just continue to do damage on Luti, and at some point Luti's going to have to back off from that area. Freedom coming around to reinforce that side. Yeah,
Milosh is still covering the crossing, and Luti Pavlo will not survive there forever in that mouse if Karolf can find an angle. He will splash him, it will take a while. It will take a long time actually, but at one point the Batchat might cross over to A0.
Alpha taking a hit from that area as well.
It's an E3 shot that was.
Karolf and Deca going to back out a little bit, reposition, get himself unspotted, and what are you going to try now, Daki?
Well, they can for one come up the 5 line and try and find an angle on Luti Pavlo that way. If they do find an angle like that, and then get the bot, for example, at A0 at the same time, and crossfire Lutipavlo from two sides, do a lot of damage, make him clippable. I very much doubt Camille's going to be able to clip him in one go.
The other way, rather than 5 line. Okay. Deka is going one way, Kerlov's going the other way. Is Kerlov going to come back down banana? Yes.
Deka's just dropping over into the courtyard, like the fancy way. Saving some time.
You can hear shots continuing to thunder back and forward in the background. Kerlov's going to come over with Deka as well, going 2 different ways through the courtyards to play a bit safer. Now, nobody in Savage Squad has any angles to protect from this. Deka's going to continue to move over, and then Kerlov's going to be the one that looks leading up that way. But Freedom in their support of Lutipavlo as well. And Deka actually going to continue to push up in that area. Insane getting shot in his mouse, Daki, but he's down the bottom. He's relatively safe in that area.
I don't know if I really like this play right now from Oops. I mean, yeah, they have some HP lead, but pushing 3-line against an E3 and a Type 5 and a bad shot.
I don't quite understand this either, because they know all the tanks are there. Like you said, if they'd gone up, if they'd pushed Luti and they'd had the Batchat come down at the same side, Luti would be caught in a crossfire. Luti would have to back off onto A-line, and the Batchat could shoot him in the back. Now, perhaps they're doing this to allow Raging Potato to come down safely. Kerlov and Deka look like they're going to try and double tap someone, but Freedom's not there. So they were trying to look like they were getting a shot into Freedom, but he's not there. This is going to hold up Raven. It's going to make Alpha move. Kerlov has to be careful he doesn't expose, but nice connection there from Deka. Kerlov might have a peek through a window as well into Alpha. He does, but doesn't actually get a full pen.
No, this is a little bit of a distraction even from the side of Oops. It's a bait. They get spotted out, a move they've done before. Now, in the meantime, Raging Potato has actually taken the position. He'll figure out nobody's actually in the window. Deka Kerlov will now back off. This is actually very good by Oops. They made Savage over-rotate, actually. Freedom and Danny both left the A4 position. Now this gives Camille a free chance to just cross over to A0 without taking any damage, Raging his cooldown, and now they can go to the 5 line if they want to.
And Luti is moving along A7 area, so this is going to give the Batchat free shots into Luti. I don't know if he's going to have his back or his front right now, but potential damage coming out here from Camille could get a full clip out into the rear end of Luti, which might drop him if he gets some favourable rolls.
Yeah, this is not going to end out well for Savage. Like, now they're coming back to the position, but they're too late. Raging has already set up shop on that B0 position, and Camille's there as well in support. Raging's now driving down. He needs to be a little bit careful, but this is Oops in complete map control dominance.
Now Deka and Milosh are going to push up in that area. Camille and Raven. Camille's going to turn up right. Raven's going to hold that road. He's going to start shooting into Luti. Getting forced back, Deka takes on Freedom, pushing up aggressive, so Ski1 and Freedom come up here. They want to push back these tanks of Oops, Daki, and now these tanks from Oops might actually be overextending here. Depends how much firepower they can get back into. Latenza coming around as well. Deka and Kerlov in a bit unsupported area because Insane is at the bottom of the map and he can't contribute to this fight.
Well, Latenza is trying to get a clip out in the Batchat. Kerlov is looking for him. Latenza picks it up. Kerlov still looking for that bat. He gets the connection he was looking for.
1-2-7-7. Huge hit coming out from Kerlov. Milosh coming around the corner with his teammate as well, Raging Potato there. They're trying to get shots back into Savage Squad. Savage Squad taking a lot of damage for this. Insane running up the map as quick as he can, if you can do that in a mouse, trying to get into this fight. But look at the remaining tanks from his team. They are pummeling these tanks of Savage Squad right now.
Yeah, Kerlov is still there, but Camille's healthy in his bot shot. They need to pick up this Type 5 heavy. Raging in the meantime needs to find another connection. Alpha has relocated. He finds one onto Freedom, and the HP gap's just getting bigger and bigger. Camille now coming from the side. I don't think this is going to work out well for Savage.
Shots coming in at the back from Camille here. He's like shooting fish in a barrel as he has a free reign to come all the way down. Ski1 with a massive elimination of Camille. Swings it back almost in favour of Savage Squad, but Oops, no. Insane still not in the fight right now. It's been effectively 6 on 5 here. Latenza, though, coming in the back lines, Daki in his back shot.
Ooh, but he misses. That is so crucial. Latenza's not going to be there in time either. He needs to pick up Creator before Raven goes down. He does actually. Milosh now needs to pick up Raven in return. One shot from Latenza comes out, but it's not enough. If Sk1 penned Raging, he could have penned Raging, but the shot hit the wreck.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. Latenza now the only person
he can still win this, by the way.
Running around the corner, and now you have Insane going, hey guys! And now Savage Squad realise they have to chase down. No, actually, it's the other way around.
The thing is,
Oops, have to chase down. They have to cap.
No, they have to cap.
And Latenza can come out, reset,
Insane
run away.
needs to get into the cap. They all need to cover an angle because if he gets a single reset on Raging or Milosh, the game's over. Like they will not be able to cap.
Insane's like, hey guys, what's happening? What happened up here? I was just on a Sunday drive.
The good thing is it's an E3, a mouse, and a 113. None of the tanks are super easily pennable for Latenza.
Wow, this is bold. So Latenza wants to wait till it goes down, fairly short. He wants to get a shot, and then he wants to run like hell. And he has to hope not to be eliminated and spotted as he does it.
Raging was watching that angle. He gets spotted out now. There's the
reset,
and
this
it's
is
over.
It, done and dusted. Oops, have no way to catch up with him. Latenza's just going to run down the banana roads. Another parting shot. Oh, cheeky.
That's not a parting shot. That's Insane shooting Raging in the back.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh, man. That is not good. That is not good whatsoever. I want to tell you what that is. That's called frustration.
That's an oops.
That is Raging watching the angle.
Right. Now, here's the thing. Has Insane smashed his mouse? Has he smashed his keyboard? Has he smashed his monitor?
Let's not go that far. But that was, yeah, what do you say to that? That's Raging watching the angle. And I think he was supposed to cover that angle. And then he started turning. But I'm pretty sure Insane had both of the other angles covered. Like, I think Insane had the 5 line, and I think Insane had the 1-2 line as well. So if he peeks from there, he insta-dies. Because Latenza was a one-shot. Instead, Raging only had to cover one angle or go safe, yet he just was sitting in the open. But if he just stares down that road, it is fine, because he'll kill him.
He would have killed him. He would have taken a shot, he would have got reset, but he would have got the shot off in return.
Yeah, that was not good. This is not good for Oops. This is not good.
Potato plays, leaving him raging. 2-0, Oops losing one of their most favoured maps that they have.
A big mistake from Kamil, though. Big mistake from Kamil. He should never, ever go down to scale 1.
Eliminated. That was a huge
There is no need for him to
hit.
overextend.
Yeah.
As soon as he sees scale 1 starting to swing his aim towards him, he should be getting safe. And just wait. What is scale 1 going to do? In the meantime, Creator, Milosh, and Raging are pushing the other angle. Scale 1 cannot hold that forever, or he's going to die.
I'm worried for Oops, and I'm excited for Savage Squad, because if Savage Squad can pick up a clean win here, brilliant for Savage Squad. Makes things even more interesting. But by God, if Oops lose 3 in a trot, that is Tilt City.
Lucky enough, you can't get banned for team damage in
yeah, there was Blue you know, guys, I can't play my account. It's banned from the server. That would be hilarious. I don't usually like watching some of these CS:GO matches we've seen recently. Now, this is going to be tough. Like we said before, like, oh, they have such a good record on this map. I don't know what to predict anymore. Like, Oops, on paper, should have had that one 2-0. And now, they're down 2-0. Savage Squad will be full of confidence. They'll be saying, guys, let's push into this. If they saw that shot coming out from Insane or they knew it happened, they'll be like, wow, they're on tilt mode. Like, you know, let's try and...
I'd shoot Raging at that point as well. It's game over anyways.
This is going to be difficult, Daki. This is going to be... Oops really need a clean 2-0 here. They need a strong 2-0.
They need to win a round to begin with. Let's not talk about 2-0.
True. And we have seen teams go 3-0 up and then lose 3-0. Lose that lead completely.
It's going to be a big fight here. 5 IS-7s, 2 bots versus 113s, an IS-7, a 5A, a 50B, and a T100. It's going to be a big 0-line engagement.
Camil's going to get...
I think they might push 3 113s down 0-line. I'm not sure, though.
So they're going straight into that corner. Milosh up top.
Just one, actually.
He's in a 5A, so he might be able to come back into the fight. They see the IS-7's running in. First shot coming out from Kerloff already, getting a connection in. Now these IS-7s are going to push up here into the cap area. How much firepower can Oops get? Focus back into them. Push from Savage Squad looking okay so far. Able to get position now into the small village. Let's actually listen into the team speak of Savage Squad, because this is going to be spicy.
Left.
Go
Left,
left.
I7, left.
Go left. Left, go left.
Don't take.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's go.
No, Raven, stay.
113 shot.
I7 peeking.
Just keep going.
Go.
Go for Carol.
Go.
You go.
113 is running.
We need to kill going. And focus on the right side, the right one. Focus the right one.
Light, I'll go for light. I light.
Guys, we need to have on 0 line with the I7s. Shoot. We need.
Okay, nice.
Kill Deca. And now focus our guys. Someone cover me. Alpha,
okay.
Stay in front of me.
Давай, Raging. I'm loading latte.
Okay, I can.
Fucking Danny.
Can you focus?
Carol,
Guys, they have finish. Nice.
I'll push
Carol.
Guys, insane. I
Carol,
reload.
23.
23.
Alpha, don't block him.
No, I need to.
Okay,
Insane. Carol.
Kill Carol.
What the fuck, man, shooting cars. You can do it.
Can you finish him, Alpha?
We need the bus to get in.
Alpha.
TB -1.
Yeah. A second.
TB
Hey, where's the bats? Hello?
5 seconds, I have reload. Carol,
Alpha,
Carol,
do as much
Alpha,
as
Carol. Carol.
do damage on Carol.
Carol.
Man, Ski,
Nice.
are you retarded?
I don't know, man.
You're
No,
zero,
listen,
or I don't
listen.
know. You
No,
cheat,
no,
no,
listen.
you're a fucktard.
Listen.
What? You cannot aim fucking 20
What
meters.
the
You're
fuck do
retarded.
you...
Daki?
Well, they were winning. Then Raven got killed by... Ooh, Rat Answer. Ooh, this is still close.
It's Alpha and Crater right now with all the HP.
Yeah,
So
but
Latenza's a one-shot though.
Creator can clip out Alpha for free, that's the thing.
Milosh, nice shot into Alpha.
Now Creator will push forward. If he connects the shots, it's over.
1, 2, oh.
Alpha is still a 2-shot though, and Creator has one more.
Latenza is on reloads and Milosh has no idea. Still close, still close. You could hear the thing I always like about Savage Squad is you hear them talk tactically and then you always hear the command of just do damage. Like everything goes so well to a point and it's just like, guys, just do damage. Creator, a nice push there actually. Picking up a triple kill and now it's only Latenza left. He's on a one-shot. I mean, Milosh can take a hit and then he can finish him off. Creator is on a reload. Latenza could potentially push into Creator, but he has to drive past Milosh is the danger right now.
Well, Latenza needs to jump into 0 line, and I don't know if Milosh will catch him. Ooh, one-shot Milosh now.
Milosh now needs to play
Creator
safe.
is off reload in 5 seconds though, and he's not a one-shot.
Latenza taken out by Creator. Niles picking up the kill. Couple of Kappa prides in chat for him.
That round was lost.
That round was lost, and then you heard the frustration in the team speak of Savage Squad when it kind of.
Well, Freedom was trying to kill Karolf, and he didn't connect the shot. That's a lot of damage there. And Raven got picked up by Creator, which was a crucial kill on the move. If Raven doesn't overextend there, if Raven does not overextend there, he kills the entire team of Oops. So, that was way too close.
Yep. Creator coming out, 4 kills there, Insane doing top damage there. Good kind of bounce back from the previous round. They were on the ropes. They were really on the ropes.
They had that round was lost, mate.
That was that definitely looked like it was going to go to Savage Squad there for quite a while there, and then came back into it. Less through Oops' plays and more of Savage Squad's misplays.
That could have been 3-0, dude.
Yeah,
that
it would have been a very different story.
Well,
right
it's
now,
going to be interesting now because this round we get to hear the mental state of Oops.
Get to hear if they're calm and collected, or is it going to be like snapping back at each other, you know? Hopefully it's going to be the more mature Oops that we've heard throughout this season, and it's not going to be the Oops we've heard of last season in their team speak.
I don't know.
To me, Oops is one of the most interesting comms because it's one of the most passionate comms in hearing them speak to each other.
I don't know, this could still go either way. Savage Squad should technically pick up this round.
I mean, I have to admit, I liked Who Cares team speak earlier on as well, just for Halu every time he got shot.
Ow. Hello.
Ow. Ow. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough fight still for Oops. Definitely going to still be a tough fight. Like we said before, you cannot underestimate the teams at the bottom of the table. They're still capable of upsets. They're still capable of taking points from you. And it's almost looking this way right now for Oops.
SK1 and the Super Conqueror.
IS7 City though from Oops.
Well, they're bringing the same lineup that Savage Squad had as well. So 5 IS7s.
Super Conqueror coming out as well. Ski1 playing it.
He needs to play it well.
He needs to play it well. He really needs to play it well because if Savage Squad can go 3-1, Oops are, like I said, Tilt City. It's not going to be good, but I can't wait to hear the comms, to be honest. Now, they're going to go through the middle. They're going to send Insane south. They're going to send Cameo north. And Cameo could have a bit of a tough time here, Daki, if he runs into Latenza and Luti.
Well, there's going to be double 50B. They're going to try and clip out on these IS7s. Let's see if they can actually do some damage.
It's actually a nice counter line up here from Savage Squad to be able to deal with this, with the IS7s moving through the middle. Crater and Milosh taking some damage as they move up into position. The rest of the tanks from Oops have to be careful. The rest of them are spotted. They're going to move on. Bit of a drive-by. Deka gets himself tracked, gets that one repaired, and wants to start moving really quickly. Latenza and Luti shooting into him. Cameo is going to start moving up soon as well, try and get support from the other side. And so far, so good for Oops to get into this position.
Yeah, it's going to be a big fight over here. These IS7s versus the tanks from Savage Squad. I don't think Savage Squad is going to hold back. They know where Camille was. I think they're going to try and fight, but they still have 2 tanks out of the fight. And Oops, they could just push up and over.
Raven is in a dangerous position where he can get himself caught out for. We've seen him die to that position as well. Oops are a bit miscoordinated right now. Cameo taking a position for Crossfire, Insane coming down the bottom. So far, they don't quite have all their tanks into position, and it's allowing Savage Squad to bring their tanks back. Kerloff starting to trade right now with Freedom peeking out. There is Raven peeking out. He gets set on fire. Raven, you die in this area almost every single time, laddie. Let's listen into the team speak of Oops and see if they can win this one.
Nice.
Out of it picking, I'm just dying.
I loaded HE. What? Wow.
And this light is alive. Whatever, just make some kills. You just need to
Turn around.
They cannot. I told you to push, idiot. Just kill those two tanks. Kill those two tanks. Why you even try to shoot those ones? Those ones are committing.
Kill 1-3.
Kill 1-3 in mouse. Fast.
I'll push him
Mouse
to the
and
right.
shot. Mouse and one shot.
Shot.
I pick for the team.
50 shot 1.
Finish ulti.
Not finished.
Can't finish.
I cannot.
Maybe finish it. Oh, you blocked my
He has to
fucking
cross.
shot.
Cross the hard.
Do you want the shooting?
They have absolutely.
I'll pick.
I have to go safe.
Yeah,
Last shot.
keep on picking and making
Last one
kills.
shot.
I will
Last one shot.
If you stay like this guy's farming your butt. Anyway.
50 shot twice, by the way.
Kill the mouse, kill the
Advance,
slot, kill
mouse.
This 50 is gonna be reloaded. Reloading.
Basha is reloaded those.
I'm Karo shot.
Reloaded or reloading?
Reloaded.
Go
Don't
freeze,
click now.
just go.
Why are you not going then? What are you waiting for to just make your picks? Nice.
In the one shot maybe on
Match
if
up
he
picking.
comes. Do you want the shooting?
50 picking on theater.
Minus
Oh.
1.
I'll go with Crater.
Budget will come on.
Try to finish Koro, that's all.
Don't go too much forward because there's the light that can shoot you
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Can you get the 50 guys?
Freedom -1.
Freedom shot like already 2. He shot 1 on Creator also. You need to go for the 50 and kill him.
Yeah. I'll try to get some shot.
Do you want to maybe come and finish me?
He cannot.
How you need to also join the side.
Yes, yes.
Nie patrzę się, Raging. Jest tyłem.
Raging should
Cofnąć się do
go.
przodu. Musisz mieć jakiś kon na niego, do przodu podjechać.
Finish it.
They had
Oh, he's gonna finish.
Okay,
No,
Deca
no, no,
is
no.
next
There is
to
the
you.
house with you. Double tap him.
Zróbcie sobie wraka, bo jakby zabił jeden.
They had Raging will double tap the 50.
Nice!
Nice.
Go safe from the bot. Light cannot pen you from the front.
I
You have
have
6 minutes
left
left time.
I'll spot him if he's there.
Mm-hmm.
Can Curator push
Nice.
down?
Okay, good job. Kamil, why didn't you just push this? As a fucking ass. Told you to just not stay here and just push all the way. It was obvious you would die
But
then.
it's 2 shot.
Yeah,
By the way,
my bad.
we
Yes,
have
he's
4
two
one
shot.
shot.
It's still not over, guys.
Bachat is 2 shot, right?
Yes, 2
Yes,
shots.
980.
How is still taking
Just
zero line?
start taking the line with 107 first.
I will.
We need to cap this
Okay,
and
go.
we need to trigger the cap with only 197. The rest has to be capable of shooting him. Like he can just stay in the bush and wait for 197 to go and just kill him. So we have to just clear the 0 line first. And play slow.
Maybe one more should go, and so he can go like this. Because anyway, we
Do
lost
you have
any-
the middle spotted by the way? And the hack can just
If,
go.
if,
I
he-
can
if,
pick-
he's,
I
not,
can
if
go.
he's not here, I will go there and make sure he doesn't approach from that side.
Mm,
okay.
Okay. Well, if he's in front of you, I don't want you to die. At least you have to make a shot.
I'm spotting middle now.
And then I should start going to the cap.
Wait,
Maybe
wait,
I
I'll
should go.
shoot.
I will go.
Should I go?
There
will
we go.
I think
Get
it's
alive.
spotted.
So we double cup?
No.
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 One.
Go back.
There's 4 minutes,
Okay,
50. This
okay,
is
I will
plenty
go
of
back.
time.
Let me-
I will spot this.
I'll
We don't
try
shoot
that
this, and
out.
we need somebody spotting this.
Then they has to get
Yes, yes.
get some spots with the nose. That's it.
Just
When the
after
budget
I'm
comes,
gonna
he,
cap.
he has to get double tapped. I don't know. But I don't know where you're raging
Okay.
against.
Can I take T100's shield?
It's fine.
Wait.
Ah, that's fine.
I'll risk and take this rock.
I can only spot mid though, I cannot spot the field. Decha will have to do it.
I'll spot him in. Oh no, if he tries to commit for that. I'll not put him right there, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I will spot him on P6 corner.
You just need to be in the corner, Decha. Otherwise you don't spot.
Where can he?
It's fine,
There,
it's
there.
fine. Just chill, you'll be
There,
spotted.
there.
You should use bushes there, like this corner I meant.
Yes.
Because there you're open, he can outspot you from this and just kill you. Here you go, it's fine.
Mirage, you spot if you will go here?
No. I mean, depends.
But Raging is aiming that he will be fully committed then. And then this guy can kill him though. I mean, whatsoever the way he's going, he should.
Okay, so very technical TeamSpeak there at the end, Daki, but during that fight it was not calm at all, was it? Nice shot there from Crater into Latenza already.
Latenza picks up the kill though, that's a triple, but Teja might get one onto the back of him and there's 18 seconds left on the cap.
Latenza can only re-peek in that same area.
Yeah, he doesn't have time for anything else. Teja misses, that's his tracer.
That's bad. Now Latenza would have seen that, would have heard it. Can he peek and get a reset and run away?
Don't
6
think
seconds, this might be reset of the sentry. Oh dear god, he didn't get one. First one coming in again.
It's capped.
It's capped and there's the kill actually coming out from Raging Potato in the end, picking up the triple kill.
I think Raging blind fired Danny.
I think so as well. I wasn't actually quite watching the minimap. Danny was in that area. Danny shouldn't have been able to be spotted by anyone from that distance.
I think he Raging blind fired Danny, to be honest, in that T100.
I would need to look back at it because
if Danny doesn't die
should
there,
have got spotted. Danny should have had no reason to shoot unless he had a clear shot.
If
Even
Danny
if he did shoot,
if Danny doesn't get
spotted,
then they can just put the T100. Like Oops could have gone to the north cap as well if they wanted to be honest. I think it would have been even safer if they went north.
I feel bad for Raven. It was Mojo that pointed out whenever Raven goes to that area, he seems to die first really quickly. Set on fire in that area, then first one focused.
But yeah, they could have gone north cap as well if they wanted to. I think this was even more risky. I mean, if they all drive together, it's kind of risky as well because Latencer could spot them in the crossing or something. But it's an easier defendable cap. But yeah, if Danny doesn't die there, he can sit in a bush and zero line with Latencer behind him. Latencer picks off the first one. Latencer picks off the second one. They wouldn't spot him if Danny was giving him the spot. So killing that T100 was crucial. And the fact that Freedom didn't actually manage to kill anybody of those 4 guys, they were all one-shot and they pushed him at the same time, and he didn't get a single kill.
From his position, it must have been blind. Because how else could Danny have been spotted
I think
there?
it was blind.
Unless he moved.
Unless he was sitting in the open and fired.
Yeah, something crazy. Now going into Sand River, Oops have pulled it back to 2-2. It's not looking as bad as it was, but still they are no better off really than how the thing started. It's all square now, 2-2. Oops have to start taking control of this match if they want to be title challengers. That's pure and simple.
Well, Sand River should be a good map for them though, because it's a very tactical.
Himmelsdorf should have been a good map for them.
Yes, I know. But you know, sometimes you just gotta move on and think about the future, you know?
Yeah.
So this should be a good map for them again because it's a lot about those rotations, those moving around the maps, getting the correct peaks and such. And if anybody should be able to clear out like the I-7 with binos and stuff, Oops should be a team that have a general idea of how to do it at the very least, to be honest.
Yeah, they are quite experienced on this map. Another map they've played quite a lot of times. Like Himmelsdorf, actually, they have a much better defensive win ratio, though, than they do attacking win ratio. So, Oops got it all to play for right now here against Savage Squad. Savage Squad being the tiebreaker masters. If it goes to tiebreaker, Savage Squad certainly will be feeling confident about it. But already, immediately, Oops sitting out their stall by spreading their tanks across the battlefield here, Deki. Not actually going one way or the other.
No, they're just covering all angles in the beginning. They're trying to get Creator. Ooh, Camille.
A little bit of pressure. Don't worry, he's got plenty of time to do it again right now.
He's not had a good match day so far, to be honest. Like, he got wrecked on Himmelsdorf.
Yeah.
And he didn't fare much better on Bloomberg either.
He got really wrecked in the middle, and had he been able to survive longer in that position, he could have done a lot of damage, but it was a really good push. I think actually they jumped on him when he was on reloads, and he took a huge amount of damage for it.
Good stuff there. I think it was Milosh in the back getting a shot on towards Latencer's position, so that works out well for them. Creator has now taken the ridge though, so map control, like we know from Oops, is being established. Like, this is typical Oops, right? They're taking some control around the map. Creator on the mid-range, Gerov on the north side. This is vulnerable against blind pushes, like really quick blind pushes with like 3-4 bats. You know, when like if you do that, you can catch them off guard. But that's like super blind plays, which almost none of the teams dare to do whatsoever.
But Oops sitting with Camille and Insane at the bottom of the map, looking from Latenza's point of view. at the end of the dry riverbed right now. Now we're with Insane as he starts moving up into the bottom of base 1. He's going to go opposite of the dry riverbed where we just actually saw Latenza. And this is going to be interesting how he kind of plays this area. Actually, he's in the riverbed below Latenza, my bad.
Across from Latenza.
Well, down from Latenza.
Nah.
Look at the map. Latenza's above him.
I actually don't think so.
Yeah, Latenza's up on the map. And
Yeah, but
Sane's
that's the
down on
lower.
the map.
That part of the map is actually quite low.
Oh, you have the top of the map. You have the bottom of the map. Where's the top
You mean
of the map?
you mean like
the
that?
A-line. The A-line's the top of the
I thought
map.
you meant in terms of terrain.
No.
Sure.
That's what I said.
Sure.
That's why I said on the map.
Ah, okay. Sure. Well, the map, Sand River's a map as well.
Rule number 1, Daki. In my mind, I'm correct.
Rule number 1, in real life, I am correct.
No.
Yes.
No.
My rules. You gotta listen to my rules. I established the rules before this. You can't like say it anymore. Too late. My rules have been established. It's a hard lesson you have to learn. I had to learn it as well. So now we all
That's
know.
why you argue with yourself all the time.
Uh-huh. I hate rules. Don't worry about it.
Ski 1 peeking off here against Kerloff. They're going to play match of the century, trying to shoot each other from hold down positions there.
Oops has the map control. Now the question is what they're going to try and do with it, because it seems like they're grouping up for something. Milosh is with Insane. Decha's covering. Camil's joining them as well. This could be one of those famous oops up and over.
Up and over, perhaps. They're going to push up into where
It looks like an up and
Crater
over.
is. They're going to try and match up in that area. Camille's not going over with them, so it is going to just be Insane and Milosh. But look at this. Raging Potato coming in from the back as well. Raging Potato is spotted moving up into that area. Kerloff shot, didn't connect with anyone. Savage Squad showing up their defences. The double back chats have got there. Are they going to continue? Milosh and Insane stop. They don't want to take that one right
They
over.
might cross over
right
into the cap, and from the cap they will be able to kill Danny if it comes down to it. I think that's what they're waiting for. That's what they're planning.
Raging Potato in that area as well. They will be isolated. Danny will be isolated as well. Does Danny smell this? Does he start to back off? He did shoot. Insane and Milosh will know this, and they're going to clip out into Danny. There's a shot going out to Ski 1 as well. That's from the IS-7 of Kerloff. They traded shots. Danny being focused right now by these two back chats. He has no one to help him, and Danny's going to take a lot of damage for this, and he's going to go down.
Yeah, Danny in that IS-7, that was an overextension, that was a misplay, and Oops punish it, and Oops show no mercy towards those kind of overcommitments, and this is the beginning of the end for Savage, because they've now lost the most crucial position on this map, which is that middle June. They no longer have contention with it. Sk1 is trying to peek over, but he'll find Creator on the way. Milosh is starting the cap. Kerloff and the IS-7 is on the northern side, and Decha and Kamil are still covering every single crossing. So this does not look good in the slightest for Savage Squad.
Nice positional play here by Oops, Ski1 and Kerloff again trading shots right now. This is going to work out in Kerloff's favour because he has more HP at the moment in this exchange. Now, Kerloff actually taking an extra hit there, so now he doesn't have the HP advantage, but it's a double cap right now. There's 38 seconds, and Savage Squad are going to have to think of some way to be able to come in and do this. Actually, Kerloff's getting himself shot at by Raven, so that's nice positional play there to save his teammate. But now Raven's getting shot in the back there from Cameo, it looks like. Deca can provide covering fire. Raven wiped out there by Cameo.
Yeah, the cap is still on. 20 seconds remain on that one. Raging's covering the crossing. Alpha's coming to reset, but Alpha is going to go down for this one. Pretty much. Milosh gets one more. Insane will try to finish on Milosh. Milosh gets it. That leaves 4 tanks alive for the side of Savage, and Sk1 looks to be the next victim.
Sk1 dropped from his position, but he's in the crossfires. Raging Potato picks him off. Raging Potato coming into this fight with most of his HP pretty much available to him. He's on a reload now. Milosh still has 2 shots. Cameo's reloading. Insane's reloading. Deca and the STRV can continue to shoot anyone coming over. He's actually going to have to try and turn around and help Cameo here because Latenza's getting a drop on him. Nice play by them because Cameo was on a reload, can't do anything, but Latenza left with only 90 HP.
Yeah, this is over for Savage Squad. They've lost Danny in the beginning. Decha, it's a nice connection there on towards Latenza. Luti might be able to do some damage on towards that STRV, but it's not going to happen anyways. Cap's still on with 2 guys. He's alone in that 5A. Freedom's alone on the other side. Once Danny died, that's the domino piece, you know? Everything else just falls quickly after.
Luti trading shots here with Crater. He's in a bit of a protected position here with the buildings in front of him that will eat shots, but Crater coming up reload misses for a second time, but now Freedom's caught out by a Raging Potato. He's going to go down here. Raging Potato just bounced the second one. Kerloff and the IS-7 picking him up. Now it's only Luti left, and this is Oops starting to show a bit more of what we expect from them, to be honest, tactically and dominantly.
Yeah, big mistake though coming out from Danny in that IS-7. He wanted to shoot Raging. It was a bait for him to shoot Raging, and he he bit on the bait, that's for sure. Trying to peek that corner, trying to get that connection on towards the position of Raging. And Milosh and Insane were very happy with that. They're a free IS-7. That's always a nice snack for dinner.
It's like Danny's like, oh, as the 2 tanks came around the corner.
That's a personal misplay from Danny in the IS-7, to be honest. He should never be allowed to be exposed like that. Usually teams have somebody on A7, like a 5A, to make sure that this doesn't happen. They did not. And the result of it is clear.
And look how quickly as well, when you had Raven getting shots into Kirloff, how quickly Raven was then dropped as well.
Camille pushed up in the meantime across the K-line to try and get an angle on towards that STRV. He did. Raven went down for that. Raven is used to playing on 10% HP anyways from that position, so it doesn't really matter from that regard. But this time he actually went down for it.
Went down really quickly, yeah. So Kirloff coming out top damage there. Nice play from Oops, as we said, starting to see the Oops we kind of expect to show up. If they can now take the lead 4-2, that'll be a fantastic comeback from being 2-0 down at the start of this match. And Savage Squad will be kicking themselves for not being able to hold on to that advantage they had at the start of the match.
They'll be kicking themselves for that Runeberg game, if anything.
Yeah.
But now they have to attack on Sand River. We have seen them play it with, for example, a 2-6-1, but not being that, convinced with that pick whatsoever. Didn't work for Utopia today either again.
No.
I might see them bring it again. Danny's usually playing those artillery pieces, but to crack Oops' defense is going to be really, really difficult because they're not going to give the same amount of openings that Savage gave.
I mean, this win will have allowed Oops to kind of chill a little bit. From being 2-0 down, you heard when we went into their comms on Runeberg, they were still on edge. There was still a lot of snapping each other rather than the cool, calm, collected Oops team speak we've heard before. But in reflection, Savage Squad also weren't 100% coordinated as well in their team speak either. So both teams really frustrated right now with how they're performing.
Well, Danny in the 2-6-1, kind of what we expected. So it's going to be a long, drawn-out game with that 2-6-1 trying to make the connections needed to actually do it. And I don't know if he can. It's really something that I haven't seen work yet. Be curious to see it work this time around. But
now, if you're in a position of Oops and you see this 2-6-1, what is your plan for how to do it? Do you think to yourself, can we do something quick to try and drop the 2-6-1? Can we do something to try and push hard into them?
No, you can't drop the 2-6-1. The distance to get to the E4-5 position, which you need to actually spot it, is too far.
They're not putting anyone up on F1, Daki.
Well, that's a mistake.
They have no vision on that side of the map. That's a decent connection.
Insane lost his gunner and his commander, but he has a medkit.
He does have a med pick. Okay. And of course he has his coffee.
He just left the game. He's like, I'm out. See you.
I'm out. I'm done. See you later, guys. No, he was that one up. We've talked about this so many times in bat chats. I can never understand why teams don't take medipacks on their bat chats because they lose crew so easily, and it's potentially won and lost fights by bat chats not being able to spot enemy tanks or not being able to connect with shots because they've got a dead gunner.
I think Alpha and Latence are lining up to
look at this Raging Potato as well coming up in this area. Savage Squad could be caught with their pants down if they can get tanks
Alpha,
over there.
Latence,
they're ready for it, but Raging Potato's right there beside it. He'll spot it happening.
No, he won't spot it happening because it's on the other side of the rock. He won't even proxy it until he's actually fully up. We've seen Utopia do this. They're going to boost Alpha really quickly. He's up. They took F1. You'll only see them when he proxies Raging.
Right now he does that. Raging sees him, and Alpha immediately sees Milosh as well. So Alpha's like, hey guys, there's 2 bad chats over there. Do something down south. Kirloff spotted in that area as well. They don't know that Cameo's there. So they know they have 3 tanks from Oops over on that side of the map. And Kirloff taking a hit from artillery in the meantime.
And Kirloff is doing what we saw Frolly do already before in that IS-7. Hopefully with better luck this time around. Alpha and Raging will proxy spot each other pretty much for the rest of the game. Because if Raging tries to leave and he has no support, then Alpha will clip him out. So Kirloff takes the riverbed here, while the rest of the Savage Squad team will just start taking K-line. He can't actually cross over because the STRV. He'll take at least 1 shot, and if he tracks him, even more.
Very dangerous area, and there is the move from Savage Squad around the south of the map. They know they had 3 tanks from Oops in that area. They know they have a bit more freedom to rotate down the bomb side, and they will try and set something up for base 1 tactic, because anything that can spot them out can be hit by Danny in the artillery, and it can cause problems. Normally you have your tanks just sitting there, proxy, or sitting there just spotting the cap easily, easy peasy. Nice actual angle here from Milosh into Alpha.
He's waiting for, the timing. He was waiting for Camille to also line up the shot. so then they could both together shoot on towards this position. But Alpha had just about stopped then and dropped off, so they missed out on some sure damage there.
Deca has taken damage in his Pat, and Kel has taken damage in his IS-7 for Oops. And Savage Squad, no one has taken damage yet. So Savage Squad in control here. They are going to start setting something up for base 1 eventually. And it's really going to be down to how can Oops react to this, Daki?
Well, they're just trying to bleed as much time as they possibly can, because that's really all they can do. It's pretty much the play for them, to be honest. Like, they need to draw out as much time as they can without losing too much HP, because that 261 is always trying to look for a connection, always trying to find an angle.
And look at this. Cameo and Milosh are spotted out, and they see Latenza and Lute in return. And that kind of stops that little push down that side from Oops. Oh! Oh, Danny boy!
Raging getting outplayed in the meantime.
The shots are calling.
Raging just got outplayed. He took 2 shots of damage in return for 1.
Wow. And Alpha had to peek up and over to angle down to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's not good from Raging.
Latenza taking a hit there as he peeks up over the bottom of the map. Deca having to back off now because Deca took another hit, and Deca's down to 443. That is not good for him in that pattern. He's meant to be one of the tanks that's meant to try and get vision onto the #1 cap if Savage Squad decide to push into it.
Savage Squad actually have quite a lot of control for what it is right now. Deca needs to be super careful in his M48. He can't take any more damage whatsoever.
Alpha taking a hit there again.
The thing is, there's a weak spot in this defense, and it's called Karov. If Sk1 and Luti Pavlo at one point decide to drive up to Karov and kill him, there will be no response from Oops, which can stop them from doing it.
Looks exactly like they're planning to do this, Daki. You're a mind reader.
I'm just not.
And they go. Now, Kerloff, how many shots can Kerloff get before he goes down here? He should get 2. We talked about this earlier on when we had another tank in a similar position. Gets 1 and sets him on fire. Luck is on his side. Kerloff get another one out.
His damaged fuel tanks, he might get set on fire once more because that was engine fire before. Luti Pavlo gets a nice shot on the move. Those K1 now pushing closer. Camille's trying to cover off the angle, but can they stop Kerloff from dying? I don't think so.
I don't think so as well. Kerloff might actually get 3 shots out before he goes down, which is nicely played for him. Does get 3 shots out for him.
It is a nice thing for him, but it's not going to help Oops that much. But losing a tank though, like they lose Kerloff here in the IS-7.
Luti Pavlo picking up that kill, and Oops
there's a counter push.
Not being able to do anything in return, but Insane's going to come in, try and clip out into Ski1. Kimio's there as well. Crater's coming in as well. Triple tanks coming in, trying to get shots into them. In the meantime, Savage Squad are pushing back into him. This is an all or nothing push now from Oops. Very bold move to do. Luti Pavlo gets dropped, but Freedom picks up Cameo in return. Freedom now getting shot at by Raging Potato, who peeks out as well. Deca is going to be able to peek over and get shots as well. Latenza now trying to get shots into Raging Potato. Oops still have 5 tanks available into them. Savage Squad effectively have 3 and artillery, and Oops might just be able to pull this one off, Daki.
Latenza, big mistake there in his bad shot. Took a ton of free damage. A good counter push coming out from Oops, but Savage Squad had no reason for Latenza to overcommit onto that. How Alpha went down, I am not sure even, to be honest. Like, makes no sense to me. Once they lost those 2 heavies, like one of them should have shielded the other, to be honest, but you know, that's like things you talk about after. Latenza had no need to peek up that high. Half of the Oops lineup is really low. They could have just played around artillery for a little bit longer, but now Latenza being this low and Freedom as well.
Danny fired out an artillery shot and just splashed Crater, didn't manage to kill him. Now Insane's rolling up his sleeves, basically doing a Thanos right now and saying, fine, I'll do it myself, boys.
Thinking Freedom takes some more damage now. No, this is not going to work for Savage. I mean, they're down too much HP. If Latenza had HP to work with, perhaps, but he's one shot. Raven's the only one with HP, which means that he would have to go spot for his team, and an STRV doesn't seem to be the best place.
Oh, the mighty Batchat armor.
If one of those heavies shields the other, they don't die, man. Only one of them
spawning
dies.
out Insane, though. Doesn't connect with him. Raven is now spotted. Raven is now in a world of hurt. He's going to try and hide in that corner. Now, Oops can play around that. Milosh still has a huge amount of HP in his Batchat. Shots coming in into Raven again. He is trying to twist and turn, but he's in a crossfire right now. He's in a very dangerous place. Doesn't even see what's shooting at him, but he does blind shot Raging Potato.
Yep, that's a day of blind shots, apparently. So, good connection there from him. Insane takes a big RD hit as well. That's a big connection coming out, but now Milosh The Bacha with
get
all
hit
HP.
again.
He's going to push in. Yeah, but Latens is going to die here towards Milosh.
Insane can't take a hit. Milosh misses his first one, comes in with the second one. Latenza takes a hit into Milosh as he comes out. Just Freedom and Raven. They know Raven's stuck up in that corner. They're going to try and push. Oh, Raven gets dropped by Deca. Deca's been really good to actually manage that. HP he's been stuck on for a very long time.
Yeah, and Freedom is still stuck in that little city, so... Oops, hold on.
Close, very close. Closer than it needed to be, as we say, you know. Oh, Danny.
There comes the first. And the second to pick him up.
Easy
Milosh with
peasy,
the double.
Milosh.
Yeah, just Freedom left. I think if there's like... I mean, Karov was already lucky that he set Scale 1 on fire, to be honest. There was engine fire from the front. So... there was that, and then those heavies should have kind of shielded each other.
It was a nice counter push from.
It was a nice counter push, but
nice
you have two heavies, and one just makes a shield for the other. Like if the 5A shields the IS-7, only one of the two dies, because they will have no way that they will ever pen the IS-7 whatsoever.
Freedom with a double kill now, insane. But Deca picks up Freedom, and now Oops take the lead 4-2. Not bad from being 2-0 down at the start.
You know what I mean? If the 5A just shields the IS-7, he's completely hold down. There's absolutely nothing that Oops would be able to do about that, because they have bot shots and they have Creator, right? But even Creator won't be able to pen that. So
and if they get stuck in that position, then you have shots from Danny where it makes the shots easier
that means
for
that
Danny.
Latencer and Freedom can move around the map. I don't even know how Alpha died, to be honest. He's on F1, which is the most shielded position, and he died. So he did top damage, but he died.
Top damage is good for you, though.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but not good for his team. So there's that. Like, the 5A should have shielded the IS-7, technically, because the IS-7 has the turret to work with. And Latencer then overpeaked. I guess panic mode, trying to make a kill, trying to make a commitment. And then they could work for Artie still. Like, they could easily win that round. Like, that counter push from Oops is good, but it's not something that, you know, should have 100% worked.
Yep, and here we are on Mines, where we didn't actually expect to be on. We thought it'd be done and dusted by this stage.
I did not expect to be on Mines, but here we are.
And Oops on the attack, Savage Squad on the defense. It's still not an easy one for Oops, to be honest.
No, winning the attack is never easy on Mines. We already talked about that. It's a hard one, but Oops is kind of good at coming up with stuff. Perhaps
depends what Savage Squads are going to bring as well. Are Savage Squad going to bring one of these
Savage Squad is one of the
where they're going
teams
to go
that might
aggressive middle,
want to fight into the middle,
or they're just going to? I think if Savage Squad play it smart, they're going to sit back and defend and let Oops drive into them. We've seen Oops try 1-2 line pushes and get wrecked for it. It's there in the top 5 highlights. I am feeling very sad when they get wrecked for that. I was 3 tanks down, doof doof doof, and an ammo rack on Milosh at the end. It was. Man, they get punished so hard, Oops, trying 1-2 line pushes. We saw Crater get ammo racked in a different 1-2 line push when they were trying it.
Yeah, we did actually.
So, Oops, maybe they'll try 1-2 line, maybe they'll not. Maybe they'll go down 8-9, maybe they'll try something middle. Maybe Savage Squad will come out to meet them in the middle. And Savage Squad do have a fast lineup, Daki. This says hill push to me from Savage Squad. This says hill push to me from Oops. And, well, it could be done and dusted in 2 minutes.
Well, I guess if Savage Squad is going to fight in the middle, and Freedom's going to try and block the bat shot to make sure he dies going up. But in return, they have an AMX though that can take the hill before that T100 does. So I don't know if they're gonna go for that. If they actually gonna try and block it off, they could try it. Insane will be the first one up the hill, followed up by Camille and Deja. So I guess Freedom will try to block, and we have to see, can he block? If he can, they might win.
Freedom driving across, trying to stop Cameo and Insane. They do get past him. Freedom doesn't stop him, but there's 3 bat chats of Savage Squad up on the hill. Latenza getting punished lots for it. Raven getting absolutely annihilated. Cameo there with the quick shots from the MX-13 105. He is reloaded quicker. Latenza's going to come around. Cameo comes off reload. He drops Latenza. Now Freedom's up there all on his own. Cameo's going to get shot. Sorry, Insane's just going to chase him out there. He's got 4 shots to go into his face, and this is done and dusted already. As soon as Freedom falls, if Insane actually doesn't die to this, he's going to die for this.
Insane is bouncing all his shots off of Freedom. Freedom's winning that engagement actually, but it's still not going to matter because Camille will come off reload in that AMX and then make sure that that T100 goes down. So Camille's going to finish off the...
Oh my god.
Is he going to finish off the
no,
drop
he's not. Cameo's only got
He has the alpha
one more
for
shot.
It.
Okay, Cameo getting the double kill there. That 13-105 working in their favour. Inspired pick, actually, because it gave them advantage on the hill. Now, look at the remaining trades. Savage Squad just absolutely getting annihilated now as Oops. They know they've got this one won. They know they've already dropped 4 tanks, and this is done and dusted, like I said, Daki, pretty much within the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, that push up from Savage wasn't good at all. They actually got blocked in return. Insane blocked Raven, who tried to go right, which is interesting to me. But, you know, he blocked him. Deja did a lot of damage in his TVP as well. Even more now.
Perfect for Oops not losing a single tank in the exchange, and a great way to finish off a match that they really started rough on.
So Raven got blocked off by Insane, which means that the 5As could all shoot him, and he died instantly. In the meantime, Deja clipped out on towards the Latencer, I think it was, in his bar. So there's not much to say about that. You lose the hill, you lose the fight, pretty much. Unless you're winning the middle at the same time.
It's such a hard tactic to do. To go defensive and try and go aggressive on the hill is so difficult to do. Deca coming out on top, then Raging Potato, Cameo, Kerloff, Luti then coming in at the bottom there.